Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode 7. I'm still here to bitch about things on Shoppa. Wow, would you look at that? This is a screenshot from back when myself and Doc had an argument on how the PvE line should work, about how you would come back into it. Me and Doc had a private argument in the Mindsy Council Discord in the chat that myself, Doc, Carrying, and Mayfuck could all see. And basically, after 30 minutes of Doc being a condescending asshole, he finally agreed with something I had said, and we came to a conclusion. But I was like, "You're still being an asshole about this, and you're being very condescending." And then I called him like a cock or something like that. And then Doc goes, "You need to understand it's my way or the highway." And he was like, "You didn't until you come up with something that I like and I agree with, where I'm not gonna do anything." And he's like, "I'm a very reasonable person," and like there are some times where you can reason with Doc and come up with a good solution, but when his heart is set on something and he's going to do it, like the PvE line, it was going to happen. He made other changes or ignored other things, and I'm beginning to look back on them and think it was more purposely, like the changes in the spawn kits to make it so irons were 2 apiece, so something had to be done about that, because while those small changes might not have seemed like a lot at the time, they added up to be pretty big problems over time when somebody could go down full iron down south and just gank everyone because you couldn't use any of your spawn kit items on them. I mean, you could grapple on them and hit them with a stone sword, but you'd have to hit them like 20 times. They could hit you like 3 times. So yeah, pretty much. Doc's slowly changing the game so that way nobody will notice when he wants to do his things. Very smart and very smart moves, I will say. I'll give him that. But to think that nobody's gonna notice or call him out for it, like I know everybody in the community, like maybe not everybody, there's a good amount of people probably thinking it. Nobody wants to say it though, because you say something mean to Doc, you say his was it his hometown and his full name, you get a blacklist. That's completely unrelated, and there was way more to that story that made it a blacklist, so I'm gonna stay out of it. But pretty much Doc wants to get rid of depths and it's going to happen. Now, what does that actually have to mean for the gameplay though? Like, if depths make it so you lose durability while you use them, it's going to depend how much durability do you use? How exactly does it work? Is it going to nerf depths out of the game? Well, I'll tell you what, if depths spawn an 80 durability and they lose 1 durability every 100 blocks, you're probably not going to notice it. But by the way it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a lot more, it's going to be a lot more drastic than that. So depth strider durability is going to matter more than it ever has in the past. Anybody doing transport dura depths isn't going to work. If they make it so you get a ton of weakness when you put on depths, then people are only going to use them to run away. You can't chase people down when they have depths on. Like that is by far like exacerbating. I don't know that word. You guys, you know the word, exacerbate the problem even more. I don't know if I said that right. It sounded really wrong. Anyways, so pretty much what's going to wind up happening is depth strategies are either going to be useless or they're going to be even more broken. Now, I'm more on the side of useless. They tend to nerf everything into the ground, like the Void Bow. Pretty much every legendary ever has been nerfed into the ground. Other than Therums, they're going to leave that broken as shit, because why the fuck not? But anyways, water PvP is just going to be very boring, regardless. If they make it so depths break super fast, boring. They make it so you get weakness and the person who runs away, boring. They make it so depths aren't in the game anymore, and if you're going to shoot at each other and you're going to knock each other away, boring. Because here's how it's going to work. The person who jumps in the water probably has a punch bow. Even if the person chasing them doesn't, the person who's getting chased can shoot the other person away from them. If the person chasing them also has a punch bow, now they both get knocked away. I don't know how much regular arrow KB is. It's probably like a block right now, so probably nothing significant. But usually, when you shoot at each other with bows, the person who jumped in usually gets away. That's how it was at 1.7. That's if you didn't even try to bow boost. I know that's not in the game right now, so it's not really a factor, but pretty much Doc's going to make this change. You guys are going to have to deal with it, so either have fun or choose a time to quit.